Hi, it's Jacqueline. This is my very first sort of casual tour of my garden that I just developed this summer. I'm with the Maple Rose Cottage, and this is my first time doing this, and it feels really weird. But let's get to it. So we'll start at this end of the rose garden, as I call it. This is on the south side of my house, and this bed is brand new. I did the no dig method, where you cut the grass down really low, and then you put cardboard down, and then you put compost and mulch over the top of that, and it kind of creates a garden bed where you don't have to dig out the sod. It worked quite well, and it wasn't that much work. So I do recommend that process. And then I laid these stones myself. It's not perfect, but not bad for a first timer. I did some reviewing of some of the plants that I have. I wasn't sure what they were. This is a annual salvia called blue suede shoes. It's pretty big. This is only one plant. It's really nice. It doesn't bloom as much as I would have liked, but I would use it again. And then just below this is called unplugged white salvia. And in this zone, it could be perennial. I've heard of it definitely coming back, at least in one half zone warmer, 8A, we're in zone 7B. This is a brand new shrub rose from Proven Winners called Reminiscent Ginger, and it is out of flesh right now, but it's a little cutie pie. I have this really nice salvia that I got on sale. It's a Monrovia salvia called Rose Marvel, and it's sort of surrounding, I think there might be 3 plants here. Oh, it's kind of odd spacing. I'll have to might edit that at some point, but it is surrounding this gorgeous rose called Perfumed Kiss. It has the most beautiful foliage. Perfumed Kiss is a rose by a rose breeder named Brad Jalbert. He works with heirloom roses, and I have a few of his roses. They're absolutely stunning. This is my little butterfly bush, or a buddleia, called Butterfly Candy, a little grape, and it's doing really well. This is also a little grape, and it's literally 1/3 of the size. So I'm not sure why, but they both seem healthy and they seem to be doing okay. This is a Mikawa Yatsubusa Japanese maple, and it is just getting established. I'm really not that worried about it. I know that it can take the full sun. It's just getting established. So I'm not super worried about it. It's not super pretty though. Bless its little heart. It's just a sunshine ligustrum that I had transplanted from some containers. I did an experiment where I wanted the sunshine ligustrum to be the centerpiece of my containers, and they just were not happy. So I popped them out and put them in the landscape. This is Miss Grace Metasequoia. Also not super happy in this location, so I'm gonna move this pot somewhere else. We'll see where it ends up. This is a David Austin rose called The Poet's Wife. I've had a maiden bloom already, and now I have 3, 4, 5, 6 more blooms coming. It's a phenomenally fragrant rose, and I can't wait till it gets more established so that we can smell it. This is a garden tragedy. This is a sedum called Daphne, and I finally put a cage around it. The bunnies have completely decimated it, and I'm not sure that it's going to make it. We had a little baby bunny situation, and I was too heartbroken about the bunnies to really stop them from retrieving nourishment from my sedum, so I just thought I'd let that one go. The bunny did survive and actually left the little den, and hopefully is eating someone else's garden. PJ McCarthy, which is another Brad Jalbert rose. Really, really beautiful rose. highly recommend his roses. I'm super impressed with them so far. Heirloom roses are also own root roses, which are cool. They're not grafted, which is neat because you don't have dieback in like really harsh climates. Maybe not so much a worry here, but other colder climates you can get dieback all the way to the graft and then have the graft stock, the rose from the roots come through instead of the actual rose that you purchased, if that makes sense. Anyway, this is Louise Clements, which is like by far my overachiever rose. This rose just keeps going and going and going. It's gorgeous. She starts off a really, really beautiful orange. You can't really see it here, and then she fades to a lovely corally pink. And these are some old spent blooms that I need to take off. But absolutely phenomenal rose, named after, I think the owner's mother, Louise Clements at Heirloom Roses. Anyway, absolutely wonderful rose. I have it underplanted or kind of a little front of the border hedge of Lemon Perfection Nepeta, which is a more chartreusey color Nepeta. I'm trying out some lavender. I got it on sale. It's not the type of lavender that is known to do well in more southern and hot climates, but we're gonna give it a try. I can't remember the name. This is a Veronica, I think. What is this? Yes, it's called First Glory Veronica, I think. Now that I'm here filming it, I'm not actually sure that that is what this plant is. This is a Sunjoy Pillar barberry that has been decimated by the same bunnies that are, you know, eating everything else in my garden. These are not supposed to be eaten by rabbits, but alas, here we are. So I finally put a little cage around it too. I literally just put a cage around it this afternoon. So it should be okay. Fingers crossed. Should be okay. These are Serendipity alliums that are just getting going. They're just getting established. I got these on sale at a big box store. And blooms, there's not much to show, but they're new. They just went in the ground. I have some sedums here. I want to say something about sparkler, sun sparkler, cherry tart, sun sparkler, dazzleberry. Anyway, they're Monrovia sedums, and you can tell that they are also getting eaten by the bunnies. But like I said, we're trying to nourish baby bunnies, so I'm just gonna let it slide and just, you know, be happy that other things are thriving in here. This is a Verbena bonariensis called Meteor Shower, and it's so cool. Super drought tolerant, did not take long to get established and just kind of go for it. I think it's an annual, but maybe reseeds itself. I'm not totally sure. We'll have to see. I would love to have more of this in the garden because it's really, really pretty. Just behind them, I have a sweet little rose called Uptown Girl. It's out of flesh, and a lupine that I grew from seed that actually I got a bloom stock from. So exciting. And then another lupine here, a little bit less prolific. I've got a butterfly bush here. This one is a little taffy, I think. This one's doing okay, surviving. This one is a little smaller, and this one is really sad. It's not super happy. I'm just hoping it stays alive this first, you know, few months in the ground, and then maybe next year it'll come back okay. This is a geum called Tempo Rose. I got that on sale from Heirloom Roses. They were having a huge perennial sale. It's pretty cool. This is the other sunshine ligustrum that I pulled out of my pot, and either something has been eating on it or it just is stressed and unhappy. I fertilized it, so we'll see what happens. Let's come back around this way. This This is a new spirea from Proven Winners called Double Play Princess. It's just getting going. No blooms on it. It's brand new. Should be pretty. This is an abelia. Also brand new this year from Proven Winners. I can't remember the name. I'll find out. I'm gonna say like Poco Loco or something. I don't really know. I forget. This is an echinacea I planted. I'm just trying to keep it alive. The bunnies, I think, are eating on it too. Fine. Totally fine. Another Bradshaw Bear rose called Rose of Rosalie. And I have a maiden bloom. If I can get that to focus. Come here. Come here. It's not gonna focus for me, but really pretty. Really, really pretty. I'm really excited about that one. I've got some pink profusion salvia that surrounds my Jude the Obscure. David Austin rose. I've had lots of gorgeous blooms on it. I've got another few coming. I've had some trouble with some thrips this year. Some other things. Sorry about the camera work. I just got eaten by a mosquito. More Veronica. This one is called First Love Veronica. Lion Cub Rudbeckia. The other Double Play Princess back here. The other abelia that I have planted here. And then of course some ajuga, which is called Burgundy Glow. I hear that ajuga spreads really easily. We'll see. This is Dark Side of the Moon Astilbe. I planted it in my front shade bed. It was very unhappy, so I put it over here. Seems to be a lot happier and getting established, so we'll see about that one. It kind of fades in the background. I mean, I need to put something a little brighter around it, maybe to make it pop. I have a Japanese maple here. This is called Ryusen, and I know it looks a little sad, but it'll be okay. I know that this tree can take full sun. It's just getting established. The leaves are a little crispy, but I'm confident it's gonna spring back and look gorgeous. And the last Japanese maple I want to show you is called Orangeola. Orangiola. It's really beautiful. I mean, it's got its summer crisp, but it's like a tank. This tree can take full sun. It's got this beautiful leaf. It changes lots of colors, new growth on it. We'll put out other different colors. It's weeping. It's staked up. It's gorgeous. And that is pretty much it for my rose garden. So thank you for coming along on this journey with me. I hope that we have many more tours to do still. Well, these are my Parfuma Earth Angel that I have in pots right here. Sure, the last thing. And a clematis over here that is not happy, but that's okay. We'll talk about that another day. All right, everyone. Thank you. Bye.